Welcome back to More Them and Us. Today with me is Thor.
Hello.
And I wanted to show this off. So apparently there's a difference between these two item boxes. This one here accesses items that you've dropped in the world, and then this one's your item box. That seems kind of odd, but there you go. At least you can access the items that you've dropped in this weird hub room. So you don't have to walk around trying to remember where you left something. Anyone who's played Resident Evil 0 should really appreciate that aspect of this game.
It's a very nice hub room.
Yeah, not too bad. Looks nicer than my apartment.
Yeah.
It's still bizarre. I know there's something to do with portals or something in this game, which I assume is where that comes from. But I'm not entirely sure what that thing is supposed to be yet.
Well, you know more than I do.
Yeah, which isn't a whole lot. I just walk around, shoot stuff, find keys, solve puzzles. And there's a boy coming after me.
Are you sure you're not playing Doom? The way you described that then.
I feel like I should give that a go at some point. I've never played a Doom game.
What?
Yeah, I've never played a Doom game.
Play Doom. Yeah, play Doom.
Alright.
OG Doom, like proper original 1993 Doom.
We'll make that something we do on Discord together.
Yeah.
For the lols.
It's easy to do with source ports and all that.
Okay. I figure you and Joe will get a kick out of
that. It would be funny.
Yeah. I'll probably die a lot.
Yeah, I think you will.
But that's alright. I don't mind. And Chris will be there.
I'm sure he will be. Oh, there are mods to play it co-op as well.
Ooh, nice. I say if we do that, definitely do that co-op then.
Oh yeah, so much fun co-op.
Nice. What the fuck is that thing anyways? So at some point a zombie's gonna pop out. There he is. Of course I shoot him off screen, but hey.
What a lame death, man. The zombie died off screen. Ugh.
Yeah, that's the worst. I hate it when characters do that in shows or movies where they die off screen or something important happens off screen.
Yeah, why isn't Dave in this sequel? Oh, yeah, he died. Had like a car crash or some shit. What? Oh, yeah, he was like rummaging around on the floor and he lost control. Yeah, what? He was a massive important character. What the hell? What are you doing?
Yeah. I guess sometimes they don't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
This seems to be giving direction on how to control somebody's soul. It talks about needing that person to swear allegiance to you and then performing some kind of blood oath. All seems like creepy shit to me. And something about mixing blood which seems odd. Some buku crazy cult shit about mixing blood in a chalice. I assume that's between the host and the victim, and how that victim's life must be taken, but it's got to be with as little trauma as possible, thus not damaging the body and apparently the soul. There's got to be some herbs mixed in, and whatever they're making has to be ingested less than 20 minutes after the victim's death. If the ritual is done correctly, the victim can be brought back as a tulpa, which is originated in Tibetan Buddhism and is apparently some being brought back by thought, usually in human form. And the person performing these rituals must consume the blood of the Blessed One, who or whatever that is. It also mentions something about paternal ancestors, so I'm not sure how that plays into this. It's all a bunch of bollocks if you ask me. Yeah, I've seen that where an actor dies, which understandable, it's hard to deal with.
Yeah, if an actor dies, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like their character just dies off screen and you're just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, they either die off screen or they write them to go off and do other things and just completely cut contact off with the rest of the characters.
Yeah.
And you never see them again. It's just like, okay.
Yeah, I remember seeing a show where the lead actor left the show. I think it was either after like season 2 or 3. I can't remember now. And it's a weird situation because that season ends on a cliffhanger.
Of course it does.
And all of a sudden, it feels like you're missing an episode. The show comes back for the next season, and you're just like, wait, what? Okay, that character died and didn't get resurrected like the rest of them did? What? Very bizarre.
I understand the reluctance to use a different actor, because sometimes they can look completely different, and because they're a different person, act completely different.
Right.
So I understand why they might not want to do that, but still, get someone that looks vaguely like them.
At the very least, to give the character closure.
Yeah, even if it's just a one-off.
Yeah.
That new character can visualize death or departure,
Yeah.
even if it is just a crappy flashback.
Yeah, but at least that way you could actually give the character some kind of closure if
Yeah,
either the actor dies or just doesn't want to come back.
yeah.
And just do a one-off, and hey, if the actor turns out to be good enough in the role, then hey, keep him.
Yeah.
Yeah, those other big dudes that are walking around in here that I killed a couple of, I am not a fan of those things. Those things will charge you, they will fuck up your day. And they don't seem to really care too much about the shotgun. These are explosive bullets for a crossbow. We will pick that up later this video. Actually, the damage they take is very inconsistent. Sometimes I can take them out in 2 shots, and sometimes I keep shooting them and they just don't die.
That's odd.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. I don't know if there's a hit detection issue. We're gonna see a hit detection issue later on this video, where I'm clearly shooting the enemy and it's not happening.
I was going to say, are there slight variants between them that determine how much they take? I don't know.
Because I tried this part several times trying to not take too much damage because limited resources and healing items.
Yeah.
And sometimes I would kill one of those things and just the amount of shots it would take would vary.
All right, okay.
Which is bizarre. One of many bizarre design choices in this game. Right, so later on this video, I'm going to talk about a mistake that I made. I'm going to rectify that now, and I'm dubbing this in just because this is the best place to put it. The item I just picked up, there's a place that you can place it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. We need 2 of these in order to open the next door. But if I place this here now, that is 1 less item that I have to have in my inventory. Also, some of the commentary is not going to sync up properly. That's partially because of this little addition, and also partially because I did not record the summaries for the files. So as I add that in, that is also going to throw things off a bit.
Bit of Moonlight Sonata there.
Yeah, you know, call back to Resident Evil, I assume.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, one of the characters plays that on the piano to open up a secret door.
Oh. I noticed the organ music earlier was very toccata and Forg, or Faug, or however you pronounce it.
Yeah, they have a bunch of different records that play different classical forms of music.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Every time you save your game, it'll play the song on the record that you used to save, which is pretty sweet.
Nice.
And I say this every video, but if I repeat myself a lot, it's because I've been having a new person on every video, so most of these guys hadn't seen the game before. You've actually seen a little bit of this game.
A little bit. Yeah. I saw that bit with the garden.
Yeah.
Really big greenhouse, I think it was.
Yeah. We waltzed around in that a little bit. We're about to see a new enemy type, the crows. It's strange they are hostile because I feel like we've seen some in the past that are passive. So I'm not sure why all of a sudden they're attacking. And I didn't think anybody needed to see my trek back into the portal room.
Even though, as established, it's a very nice portal room.
It is, it is. We will see it at the end of the video, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe we don't. No, that was the end of the last video. Damn it. Never mind.
Aw.
Ah, well.
It's a nice and cozy looking room.
Yeah.
Even if it is on a different plane of existence, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'd sit there by the fire and have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or some hot cocoa.
Yeah.
I've complained that I feel like this portion of the game, I'm just walking around on paths in the woods, but now we actually are doing that. The game does have pretty decent ambience, which I appreciate.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Yeah, going back to what we were talking about with TV shows and whatnot, it's really bizarre when important events happen off screen like that.
Yeah, it sucks when they can't avoid it, but
yeah,
it sucks even more when they can.
Yeah. Well, it's like an actor leaves the show, and kind of like I was telling you about with that other show, And it's like, okay, you couldn't get them to come back for just like one episode to give the character some closure, like transition it. So yeah, it's really weird when something like that happens and it just feels like you missed an episode or two.
Yeah.
I can't remember if Stargate ever did that.
Not as far as I can recall.
I do remember they had an episode where it just kind of ended without ending.
Oh, which one was that?
That was a two-parter in season 5.
Okay.
It had Daniel's ex-girlfriend who was taken over by that gold. And the Tok'ra had created that symbiote poison. And Jacob and Daniel were going to go sneak onto that space station where the system lords were having their meeting, and they were going to poison them all until they found out about Anubis.
I'm having trouble recalling that one.
We'll get to it in a rewatch at some point, but that's going to be a long way away.
Yeah.
But they get back to the planet to go rescue the rest of their team and any Tok'ra because Anubis finds the Tok'ra base.
Yeah.
This file is from a person who is losing all his memory and anything that makes him human. He recognizes it's happening, but also feels a certain loyalty to that master. He talks about some creature that dwells beneath the earth that's going to devour all the heretics. Again, sounds like wonderful cult stuff. So they go back to try to rescue anybody that's left on the planet. And of course, all they had to do was get there, rescue the team, leave. You got the end of an episode, but no. They created additional drama by having the ship get shot down. So everybody's stuck on the planet. And one of the characters that's with has a Tok'ra in him. And he's like, oh, just give me the symbiote poison. I'll let it go when I get to the gate. That way you have a clear path to where you need to go. But they don't show that happening. They leave you to kind of wonder if he's going to succeed or not. And it's just kind of like, you don't want to show what happened? We're just ending like that?
Okay.
It's really bizarre. Yeah, that file was just a solution to a puzzle that we were going to do this video. Nothing exciting.
I like how that file started, though.
Yeah.
Every day is an exercise in pain. Alright, goth. Alright.
Yeah. So emo.
Ugh. Yeah.
Actually, I think you're right. I think it's more goth.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of that dude from Vice City's VCPR radio station. The goth.
Oh, God, yeah.
Could say, I wish somebody would kill me. That way I could hang out in the graveyard all the time instead of just on weekends. This game could use some VCPR.
Yeah.
So I made a mistake in here. There's a puzzle that I could go solve now, so I'll come back to it in a minute. Luckily, it's not a long video, so it's not that big of a deal. Although they've got the rave lighting going there. That's always fun.
Yeah, it's always nice to have that.
Yeah.
A bit of, as Alex Trebek would say, strobe lighting.
Yep, and here's what I was talking about before. Not phased at all by those shotgun shells.
So I see.
What the fuck? I think it's that zombie because when I pre-played this stuff and streamed it with Tim and the game's librarian yesterday, and I think I had the same issue with that zombie.
That zombie, though, looks like that hillbilly from San Andreas.
Nice.
He looks exactly like him, except he doesn't have the wheat in his mouth. Because, of course, he's chewing wheat in a bloody...
Of course he is.
Stereotype game.
Of course.
Grand Theft Auto. Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
Well, yeah, he's like the spitting image of him, funnily enough. It's quite funny.
I wonder if it's the same model.
That would be funny.
And the reason I say that is I was looking into this game. What's it called? It's a clock tower type game. Nightcry. And I never noticed this. I saw a Let's Play of it years ago. It's a pretty awful game, actually. And I was seeing somebody review it. Apparently, they got the model of Dante from the reboot Devil May Cry that nobody liked.
Oh.
What I was trying to get at is apparently Capcom either sold off or rented the rights out to that model for other things. So they repurposed it for that, and it wasn't the same company. So I thought that was interesting.
Ah.
So that's why it kind of made me wonder, oh, I wonder if they got that actual model. If he looks that similar.
I think this game's got a higher poly count.
I would hope so.
But he does have the same sort of general look.
Yeah.
And in San Andreas, that guy, funnily enough, does have mysteries surrounding him.
Ooh.
Because you know how these games always have.
Yeah.
You know, like Bigfoot and aliens and all that kind of stuff. There's conspiracies about whether he's an alien or if he's actually Leatherface or something like that. And you got a character that's wearing a trench coat and a hat, and is he Leatherface? Is he an alien? Oh my god! All right, calm down, calm down. Not everyone's Leatherface.
Well, that's gonna be fun to get to. We're gonna do San Andreas at some point.
Yeah.
Not sure when that'll be, but we will definitely get there. Definitely not this year.
No.
Yeah, I got all my games planned for this year. Had to change that up a little bit, but you know.
Yeah.
Probably next year, actually.
Yeah, make some room for it. It's a bit of a long one.
Yeah, well, really, I want to play GTA 3, but I want to do those in chronological order. So I'll do San Andreas, then Liberty City Stories, and then 3. Yeah, it's really 3 I want to play.
You're not going to try out Advance?
I can take a look at it. He did ask me this in our Vice City playthrough.
I don't think you're going to get on with it, but I was just asking for continuity's sake.
Okay.
Although it doesn't really tie into the... Although neither of the Grand Theft Auto games really tie into each other, do they? Really?
There are little things, but...
Little things, but... Yeah, you can skip Advance. Look it up, but I'd say skip it.
Okay. Have you done that game?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I'll have to take a look at it.
Yeah. It's, story-wise, it does show a lot of... Well, I say a lot of. There's a couple of characters that are in it.
Okay.
From previous and future games, but not many.
Okay.
And the story's its own entire thing.
Okay. So I had a little issue with this puzzle. I couldn't see quite which switch I was clicking on. They're kind of small for me with my bad eyesight, so... The other ones I do fine, but this one... Well, I can't imagine anybody's watching this for a walkthrough, but I do eventually get the right sequence that you need here. So... Yeah, I don't think I'd ever even heard of Advance until you told me about it.
Yeah, it's a very under-the-radar game. It came out the same day that San Andreas came out.
Oh, well, no wonder nobody pays attention to that.
Yeah, and it was for the Game Boy Advance, hence Advance. So
Oh.
it really, really didn't get any time to shine.
So is it top-down, kind of like the old ones?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured it would have to be if it was on the Game Boy Advance.
It wouldn't have to have been, but I think it was probably the best option for them to do.
Yeah.
Because Driver, they ported Driver 2 and Driver 3 onto the Game Boy Advance. And that uses third-person 3D as well.
Oh, okay.
And you can imagine it runs like absolute ass.
Oh, I'd imagine. Yeah.
So, you know, GTA Advance would have been absolutely fucking unplayable if it had been third-person. I mean, it would have looked cool, you know, for the hardware it's on, but
Right.
it would have played like crap.
Yeah. While I was streaming this with some of our friends, I was seeing these locks go and eventually the door that's going to unlock. And I was thinking to myself, I have no idea where the fuck that door is. It took me some time to remember because it had been a while since I'd recorded the video in question, but we have actually seen the door that's going to unlock. According to this note, it's verboten to ask about the gatekeeper. And that mystery is just too much for this person who has begun sneaking out at night to try to get more info. He emerges at night from some rundown shack. Apparently he wanders around at night, going past the boundaries of this estate, and even takes a boat through these swamps, which are apparently known to be dangerous. And the author seems to think this guy knows he's watching him and does not care. So we got 2 more of those to do, which is gonna take us the rest of the video. I was really happy to be in that cabin for a little bit because I much prefer indoor areas in games. They're far easier for me to see. And we've been outdoors since video 4, I think, if memory serves. So I'm kind of getting tired of this aesthetic.
And this is video
7.
7. Okay.
Yeah, you saw the gameplay for the last video. And then there's this. Yeah, it's just been 4 videos of just wandering around these trails. And I'm kind of ready for something new. But I have a bad feeling we're going to be doing this a lot more. So now it's just a long backtrack to where we have to go to... Oh, geez. Activate the other 2 puzzles. Because, of course, they're not right there.
No.
And something annoying, I made a mistake here. There's an object I picked up in that church. I should have taken it to where it needs to go first, just to get it out of my inventory. It's one of 2 items that's going to be needed to open up a door. But I could have put it in its pedestal and got it out of my inventory, and I didn't do that. So I might do that before the start of the next video, just to clear out a space. I already dubbed that in earlier this video, so we're good.
Yeah, if you don't have to carry it around, probably don't.
Exactly. The only question will be, how long will it take me to play the next section? And will I forget by then? Because that's extremely likely. Yeah, I was talking to Tim about something on the last video. And I thought, oh, well, I'll research that and talk about it later. And he's like, yeah, 5 minutes later, you're going to forget all about that. And he was right.
Aw.
Completely forgot until I was editing the video. To finish that thought from last video, Tendo Games is the company that made this game, and apparently they are based in Japan. And I wasn't going to bother at that point. It took me ages to find this when I was streaming it. Because why would I think to come all the way back over here? You spend a lot of this game just mindlessly walking around.
Wandering from puzzle to puzzle.
I feel like they take the stereotype of survival horror, which isn't really that accurate, and just amp that up to 11.
Yeah.
Let's give you very limited bullets so you can't kill everything. Let's give you hardly any inventory space. Shit like that. Ty's been talking about that on some of his videos lately. Generally in the Resident Evil and Silent Hill games, they're known for that, but they actually do tend to give you enough ammo. You can't always go willy-nilly right away, but usually after the first section or so of the game, you usually have enough to deal with whatever you need to.
Now, I've heard people defend that limited ammo, and they're all like, oh, but it builds tension and stuff. I'm like, no. Bit frustrating.
Yep.
To be fair, like, we're not kids. These games aren't really scary.
No.
They're just games with a bit of a spooky theme, and it's fun,
Right.
and it's action. That's all we want. It's like, no one's genuinely scared playing these games. So the
Right.
whole, oh, it makes it tense, it makes it... No, it doesn't. It doesn't put any fear into the game at all. It just adds frustration.
Yeah, my reaction is typically, oh, god damn it, I'm going to have to deal with that. Wait,
Exactly,
I have
yeah.
3 bullets? Fuck.
Yeah.
That's it.
Horror games are seldom scary. Horror is more of the look that they've got rather than how, scary they are.
And that's what I like about horror games. The look, the atmosphere, especially if you have a good soundtrack. I've mentioned before, I'm pretty happy with the soundtrack for this game so far. You get stuff like that, dark. Just kind of like a dark, gloomy atmosphere. I'm on board with that shit. But yeah, I don't want to resource manage. I don't want to have to watch how many times I save because I have 3 save items. Fuck that noise.
Yeah, that doesn't make things more tense. No, it just makes it a bit of a slog, really.
Yeah, there's a reason I took steps to make sure I have enough shotgun shells to get through this game. Because I don't want to fucking deal with no ammo.
Yeah. Like, in real life, it'll be fucking terrifying because, threat of death. But in a video game, no.
Right.
There's none of that. Everything is safe. You're safe.
Yeah.
It's like, reload, whatever. It's not... There's no fear in it, just annoyance.
I mean, some games I have the fear of having to keep redoing the same part over and over again, but that's not what they're going for in terms of fear.
Yeah, and that's more of a real world consequence as opposed to the game being horror.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there have been very few moments in a game where I thought, okay, that was kind of scary. And usually they were just a jump scare, just a startle, and that was it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love the Silent Hill games. And I think they have great atmosphere and everything. And they can build some tension that, at least for me at times, used to wear on me a bit. Yeah. Not my last time I played the games, but back when I was younger. But I never found them scary.
No. That's the thing with horror. It's either complete jump scares, which that you just become immune to that.
Yeah.
And then you get the psychological horror, which, there's a far less jump scares in that.
Yeah.
But even that doesn't really do much for me.
I feel like the most important aspect of horror is inspiring somebody's imagination to imagine something terrifying that will scare them.
I tend to find that tries a bit too hard.
I could see that.
Psychological horror. It's like, oh, look at this weird, freaky thing. Aren't you scared? Oh, not really.
Yeah. That's why I like it more when they at least tie things into the protagonist. That way, at least there's some kind of symbolism or some connection to what's going on. It's still not scary, but at least it can be artistic in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it can be cool. Yeah, it can still be cool. I can still like the psychological stuff because, I think it's kind of neat. But as far as the fear goes, it's like, nah, it just doesn't work. I don't know why, but it just doesn't.
No, it doesn't. I'm also not really scared by movies or shows either. Fiction in general doesn't do it for me. I've actually been listening to some creepy stories on YouTube, and sometimes they'll tell stories about ghosts and stuff, and that doesn't do it for me. But you tell me a creepy story about like a person doing some fucked up shit, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's believable.
Yeah, that can be quite,
Yeah, that can be terrifying. But yeah.
There's this trend on YouTube about glitch in the Matrix, like fit stories, videos talking about all that. It kind of blends paranormal and science fiction together and all that, and they're kind of cool. And when the story gets it right, and your imagination starts thinking about things, you can kind of go, oh, that is actually a bit freaky. And then you go to bed, and then you like dream about that shit. And then, of course, when you're dreaming, you don't always know, and you think it's real, and then you do get a bit worried. And that's how that stuff can work.
That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next time with more Them and Us.